Hello, welcome to another episode of Montana Shares, your chance to find out about the nonprofits that make our state great. I'm your host, Bill Crane, and today I have Tanya with Cohesion Dance Project. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So it's Nutcracker season.
Yes, it
and
is.
We should probably just kind of touch on what Cohesion does the rest of the year, but knowing that we're going to spend a lot of time on the Nutcracker portion of it.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about Cohesion in general.
So Cohesion Dance Project is a nonprofit dance production company, and we pretty much have an education track and a performance track. And really, most of our programming is open to the community at large, running from technique classes, modern-based technique classes, adaptive dance programming for youth and adults with disabilities, school-based programming where we take and work with the special education classrooms in schools, as well as we have an artist residency program that we do in the schools based on our other production of residents. So that's the education track. Our performance track, obviously Nutcracker on the Rocks, as well as we have another large production we do in the spring, Resonance, an evening of art, inspiring art, and then some other smaller community productions that we do more in-house at Cohesion Center.
Okay. Sounds great. So take the skills you learn here and apply them over here, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So, Nutcracker on the Rocks, if people haven't seen it, I think they're in for something that they probably have no idea what they're in for, but it's great. We have Queen City's doing sort of the traditional ballet version. Tell us about your version of Nutcracker on the Rocks.
Yeah, so Nutcracker on the Rocks, it's a rock and roll version of the Nutcracker, set to the music of James Brown, Aretha Franklin, the Rolling Stones, Janis Joplin, so it's their actual music that's playing. It was created by a gal named Shira Greenberg in Albuquerque, New Mexico in 1996. It ran there for 20 years. I was involved with it when we lived there for several years, and it was just such an amazing production that involved so much of the community and such a diverse group of people that we wanted to share it when we got back to Montana. We have a cast, usually 80 to 90 dancers, and these are people from 7 through 77, some who've never danced before in their lives outside of their kitchen, some pre-professionals, teenagers training to be professional dancers. We have dancers with disabilities, dancing from their wheelchairs or using other equipment, or they might be blind or have autism. So there's the whole range of abilities and ages and different types of people all coming together, and there's something for everybody in the scenes, in the shows, and then something for all audience members to enjoy as well.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I've seen it, I don't know, 2 or 3 times, and it's a moving show for various reasons. Rock and roll soundtracks is definitely part of it, but also having what you've just described, that huge variety of dancers and skill levels is also a lot of fun. So you said 80-some people involved. That usually says that there's a lot of great sponsors out there helping out on this.
Yeah.
So who's helping you out on this particular one?
We have a lot of great community sponsors this year. It's just expanded, and there's so much community support, and we really appreciate that. Some of the highlight, Lewis and Clark Brewing Company is one of our larger sponsors. Morrison Merrily has been a huge sponsor. Along with Element L Design and Luke Duran, who created some new graphics for us this year.
Good.
Yeah, so, and then several different organizations and businesses in the community as well that have been with us for many years.
Okay, we should probably pop the screen up on, let people know when this is and where this is.
Yeah.
So what are our dates on it?
So this year it's Saturday, November 30th and Sunday, December 1st, 2 o'clock on Sunday, 7:30 on Saturday. It's at the Civic Center Auditorium, and so tickets are available through the box office at the Civic Center.
And they've got a system for all that. They can just call or go to the Civic Center's website.
Yeah, they can call or go online and get their tickets online.
Okay. And so, okay, let's look at the other side of the equation. As the person who's trying to put all this on, trying to make all the pieces fit together, what's the most interesting part of it for you?
What I enjoy the most, I think, every year is the cast that comes together. It's a different cast every year. We don't have a crew of dancers that we're pulling from. We really have several dancers that have been involved for several years, but it really reaches out to the community. We have dancers I've never met before. People just come out of the woodworks because they're interested in something like this. Or they've been interested in performing or dancing and never really taken the opportunity to or had the time. And so I really enjoy seeing what comes together with the cast. We really try to develop a family scenario with the cast. They're so supportive of each other, and we really try to facilitate that partnership, collaboration, and just build this cast family. And it's amazing to see how that translates from the rehearsal process onto the stage and out into the audience, the energy that they put forth with each other and then translating out into the audience. It's a really amazing process that happens, and that's what I enjoy watching the most.
Okay, let's get into the technical aspect of that. Someone goes to this show here at the end of the month or beginning of next month, and they're like, wow, this is great. I want to do this. So how soon, when does this whole process get started, and how would they like contact you to say, I want to do this? I'm a kitchen dancer, so to speak. Mainly it won't be me, but someone else is a kitchen dancer. What kind of time frame is involved with this?
Yeah, so our auditions happen on Labor Day weekend. They start Labor Day Monday, so the beginning of September. We usually have 3 days of auditions. Everybody who auditions is cast in the show as long as they can commit to the rehearsal schedule. And so yeah, they just call up end of August time frame or go online and can sign up and just come and audition. And it's a group audition, so they don't have to come prepared with anything. They just have to come ready to learn and have fun.
So just repeat that one. Everyone that auditions and commits is in the show. Is that what you just said? That's pretty wild. That's definitely community.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, there's something for everybody in the show. So there's scenes designed for advanced level dancers, there's scenes designed for beginners, and then there's scenes that encompass the whole range. And one of those scenes in particular, the snow scene, is our scene that we can integrate them most easily. So we have dancers of all ages, all levels, and including people with disabilities. And that scene is created fairly new every year, depending on who we have. And then we do have some integration with the other scenes as well each year with dancers with disabilities, depending on the scene and the dancer that year and their availability.
Okay,
So,
that's pretty wild.
yeah.
So do you have any other projects coming up throughout the year that you're working on?
We do, yes. Our projects are getting larger and larger, it seems like, so that's exciting. Our next big project coming up is going to be the Resonance production. We'll be staging that this year. We're evolving that show and staging it at the Civic Center again, and that will be May 15th. This production is one we premiered at the Myrna Center 2 years ago. It was a collaboration between several artists locally and across the nation. So we worked with Richard Swanson, who we created a design, and he fabricated some large metal sculptures. We had 12 dancers, 3 choreographers, a live musician from Albuquerque who created 7 pieces of music, live poetry, original poetry for the show, visual art, again, local artists, nationwide artists, and everybody created new original pieces contributing to this process. So we'll be staging that and evolving that show. There will be new artists, new choreography, new dancers, and we have a school residency program based on that. Okay. So January, February, March, we'll be doing the school residencies. May we'll be performing that show, along with doing all of our other activities.
If you're looking for the definition of fresh, this is fresh. This is every year sort of new stuff, right? It's
I'm just trying to keep up.
Sure, it is good hard work. So, anything else we need to be mentioning about Cohesion in general?
Well, one of the other aspects that we include with a lot of our programming, but especially with these large productions, is I forgot to mention we bring in guest artists, professional guest artists from across the country. So we'll have 2 coming in for Nutcracker on the Rocks. They dive in with our community. So they get to know our dancers. They're not just coming here and learning a piece and performing it on stage. They are integrating with our community of cast, of dancers. They'll be teaching a little bit here and there. They'll be involved in Resonance. We'll be bringing new guest artists in for Resonance. They might help us in the schools. So that's another aspect that's really exciting.
Okay. Well, let's hit the dates one more time and the times and how to get the tickets so that we make sure and reinforce that in people's minds.
Yes, absolutely.
Dates once more.
So November 30th, Saturday at 7:30, and Sunday, December 1st at 2 o'clock at the Civic Center.
Civic Center. Go to Civic Center's website to get tickets. Good luck on the show. It's been fun to talk about it and learn a little bit more about it than what you see just at the as an audience member.
Yeah. And for people who haven't seen it, I guess the other big difference is the second act, where they don't go through the land of the suites. They go to different time periods. So the 20s, flappers of the 20s, the sock hop of the 50s, and Janis Joplin and crazy hair and colors of the 60s. That's what I forgot to mention. That was the other big
big
difference.
Yeah, well, it is a different show, and I think everyone should experience it. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's pretty I don't know, pretty engaging, I think.
Good.
And powerful.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for being on the show today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You bet. And thank you guys for tuning in. As always, have a wonderful day.